Yeah. Welcome back. Back on the air. And joining me right now on the phone is my sports co-anchor, my buddy from Magnolia, Keith Norman, better known as KIL, Keith in Lakewood. You can hear as a frequent calling guest on the Big Show with Tony Rizzo. And the Arizona Cardinals, with the 94th pick, just took Michael Wilson, wide receiver, Stanford. He put up a lot of big numbers with Stanford last season. And that may or may not be a good thing, but I think it could be. You never know. And uh, and I think the Cardinals are. I think we're needing a wide receiver, but a lot of people were not sure on that one. And we're now 3 picks away from the Browns. At 98, so we're coming close. But I was saying, my buddy Keith Norman is on the phone. You can hear some regular calling guests. Keith in Lakewood on the Big Show with Tony Rizzo and Bruce Drennan Show. The Big Show on Wednesday, and Bruce Drennan Show on Wednesday on Sports Radio AMA 50, WKNR. And Keith, what are your thoughts on with the Browns taking? I know you didn't think it was a good pick that the Browns took Cedric Tillman with 94. I mean, 74, excuse me, because we thought they were going to take a defensive tackle or an edge rusher, but they took a wide receiver. Could this work to their advantage? And I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Keith. You're absolutely 100% right on that. Yeah, and yes, yeah, we might want to look for the Browns to draft that with pick 98, which is coming up. After we're 2 picks away from that, the Bengals with the 95th pick are about to make their selection with the 95th pick in this draft, and we're going to find out who that is right now. All right, thanks. I'll let you. I'll call you and let you know who the Browns have taken at 98. All right, thanks for joining me, kid. Take it easy. All right, thank you, kid. We'll hear more from you later. Take it easy. Bye bye. All right, take it easy, Keith. Bye bye. That was my buddy Keith Norman. Okay, I'll get to Lakewood. You hear a little bit more from him later. Right now, we're going to find out who the Bengals have picked with the 95th pick selection in this year's NFL draft. And the Bengals are taking Jordan Battle, safety Alabama. Now, this could be a good the bet for the Bengals. This could be a good pick, and I think they need a safety. I think the Bengals are offering something else, but they decided to take a safety instead. The fifth Alabama player to come off the board tonight, and 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 he had 65 plus tackles each of his last 3 games, and he can really, I mean, he can score, he can get the tackles for you. He can score touchdowns. He can put up receptions as well. 3 career interception return for touchdowns, second most in Alabama history. So, and career 177 tackles, 6 interceptions, and 9 pass breakups. So I think he's going to be, could be a welcome addition to the Cincinnati Bengals. So we shall see. And Detroit Lions are back on the clock for the 96th pick, which means we are 1 pick away from the Browns picking at 98. The Lions pick is in. We're about to find out their selection right now. And they have taken Broderick Martin, defensive tackle, Western Kentucky. And I don't know if that was a good selection, but it could be. Then again, it could not. And this could be a good pick or it could not be. Well, we'll see. And because he put up a lot of big numbers at Western Kentucky last year. And at WKU 63, and now the Washington Commanders are back on the clock for pick 97. It's the Commanders, and is coming up after the Commanders pick. At the 97th pick selection, it will be the Browns at pick number 98. So we're coming close, Browns fans. And so keep it tuned here. And the draft commercial right now will be back on the air soon. And we're slowly starting to wind down round 3 of the NFL draft. And as we're coming down, after this, we're only going to have 4 picks left after this pick. So, we're waiting for the Commanders pick is in. Hopefully it comes up on the screen in just a few moments so I can let you know who they got. And or somebody comes up to the microphone. And but I think the Commanders are going to take either an outside linebacker, a safety, or an edge rusher. We'll see. We'll see who they take. We're really starting to wind down the 3rd round and night 2 of the NFL draft, which is starting to come to a close. And excuse me. And I just feel that this is a draft where we've had a lot of interesting picks and some interesting trade-ups between round 2 and this one. The Commanders are 8-1. They're looking to have a better record. They do want to get back to the playoffs. And we're about to find out who the Washington Commanders have selected with the 97th pick in this year's NFL draft. We're about to find out their pick selection in just a few moments. And we're the last 5 selections. And Arizona taking Michael Wilson. I just showed the last 5 selections. And Michael Wilson is 203rd. He can really put up the numbers, Michael Wilson, and with the Cardinals picking him. And we're waiting for the Commanders pick to come up on the screen. And they still need a few pieces of the puzzle. They still do. They want to do 8-1 last year, and they want to have a better record, and they would like to make the playoffs. They fell just short of it last year, the playoffs last season. So this season, hopefully they can make the playoffs. We'll see if they can do it. And they were last in the NFC East, and they want to now quarterback, former Browns backup quarterback Jacoby Brissett and a few other players. And it's their 12th starting quarterback since 2018, most in the NFL. And There's only 18 points per game, third lowest in league over that span. But I think they're going to take an offensive tackle, tight end, or a quarterback or a guard. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback. They'll take a cornerback. We're about to find out right now who the Washington Commanders are going to take with their selection, 97 of this year's draft.
The Washington Commanders select Ricky Stromberg, center.
Ricky Stromberg, center, Arkansas. And I think the Commanders needed a center, and I think that was a good pick for him. So I think this is really a good pick for them. And so, and he put up some big numbers with Arkansas last year. And SEC in 2021, and he was 2024 SEC Academic Honor Roll. He did that, and he can put up the tackles, the receptions, and touches. He can score for you. Right now, it's a moment we've been waiting for, Browns fans. The Browns are back on the clock for pick 98. The pick is in, and let's see who they have taken. And they got Jawan and Obana Arkansas as well. The other two new ones. And they have not finished in the top 10 in pass yards for the last 28 season. We're about to find out who the Browns have taken with pick 98 in this year's NFL draft.
Defensive tackle, Baylor.
And Siaki Ika, defensive tackle, Baylor. And I think that was a good selection, I believe. My buddy Keith Norman is going to call me later on his ground line phone, and we will find out what he thinks of this pick for the Browns. And we will find out a little bit later what he thinks. And I think this was a good choice because the Browns do need a defensive tackle, and I think they're going to be glad to have him. And this is really going to be one of those players that they were wanting. And yeah, 88 tackles, 5 sacks, 15.5 TFLs. And he can put up the tackles. He can really get a lot of receptions. He can score touchdowns. He can break through tackles. And right now, the 49ers are back on the clock for the 99th pick of the draft, and their pick is in. We're about to find out who they have taken momentarily. We're about to find out right now who they have taken.
Cisco 49ers select Jake Moody, Michigan.
They have taken Jake Moody, kicker, Michigan. And I think the 49ers, this could be a good pick, yet it may not, but I think they needed to draft a kicker, so I think this was a good pick. And he was a 2-time All-Big Ten selection for Michigan. And I think he has scored 355 points scored, which is a Michigan record. And he's a 4-time academic All-Big Ten honoree. And I think he can really, he's good. He can score points. The Las Vegas Raiders are back on the clock for pick number 100 of the 2023 NFL Draft. And we're coming down the stretch here. We got 2 picks to go up this one. And the pick is in. Hopefully it'll come up on the screen shortly. And I believe this is their 3rd pick of the draft for the Raiders, I believe. So we're waiting to come up on the screen shortly. And I'm starting to run out of time for this segment. And so I'm going to take a break and upload this video. And I'll be back with the last 3 picks with the Raiders. And the pick 101 and 102. So I will be back with them right after this break. Stay with us. More